So Shnerd bites, some Shnerd bites back here with Cole Cannon.
Hey,
Thank you so much for being here, bro. And so something dropped a little recently, which
and it wasn't my panties.
whoa, what kind of panties are you wearing, man? Victoria's Secret.
Licorice.
Candy panties are a fucking bitch in the summer, bro. I'm just kidding.
Dude, they yeast infections, man. Let me tell you.
But a movie just came out, and we were actually talked about this a few times on the podcast, and maybe even some of the Shnerd bites. But Halloween Kills.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I watched it the other day.
Okay, so are we doing spoilers or no spoilers first?
All spoilers, all
okay,
points.
All spoilers, all points. Real quick, I want to say I do want to start this out the right way. I don't want to just go, you know how I am. I don't like just to shit on something because it's just like kind of disrespectful of the effort put into what was created.
Yeah.
So I'll say this. I like the movie all but for a few points, and I can say them quickly. One of which, the entire backstory told by the mental patient at the hospital was fucking useless. Take it out. I don't need to see more proof or evidence of mob mentality. Yeah. That was fucking stupid. The other part was the dialogue. There were quite a few scenes of this where the dialogue sucked.
Very cheesy.
But one of the worst ones that I was like, if I was going to take out two things in the final cut to make this movie like an 8 out of 10 rather than what my score would be, it would be the hospital scene with that mental patient, because I felt like it was useless. Like it was, I got what they did. It should have been only in the director's cut on Blu-ray, because it just was.
There's no director's cut, Josh. You just seen the director's cut on fucking. I watched it on Peacock, so
same thing. And like, I just
same thing. No, just kidding.
Gonna cut. Get my agent out here. I told him don't bring up the movies. No,
this is done. This interview's done.
It's done.
Just walk
I said
out.
Don't bring up the movies. But no, dude, that and the dialogue was bad. But my big dialogue scene where if I was gonna give an example, you can't just shit on it. Give an example. Okay, fine. Cut out the entire hospital scene and cut out 9/10 of evil dies tonight.
Oh yeah, that
cut out 9. It like maybe once or twice that can be said.
Yeah.
But did you notice how many times like random moments like that character Tommy would be running down the hallways in the hospital? He's running. I'm gonna get that guy that's actually not that guy. The whole pointless scene running, and that he'll crash through the doors. And as he crashes through the doors, the lady will be like, "Get him, Tommy. Evil dies tonight." And he's like, he'll stop and be like, "Evil dies tonight," and he'll keep running. And
when he went to go chase a mental asylum, like right after, he was like, "Remember, folks, evil dies tonight." Like he's like a fucking some old school fucking
those
rock
are my
band or a metal punk band. God damn it!
Yeah, dude, like a punk band from the 80s. Like it's literally like watching the Misfits.
You know what scenes? The whole hospital scenes. Fucking what's that chick? What's that one chick? That's been the original ones. Fucking Jamie Lee Curtis. God,
Jamie Lee. I remembered what it like. I remember it was a 3-letter thing.
Yeah, lady too for the newer generation, I guess. Dude, yeah, I hated all her scenes.
Oh, did you?
I hated all her scenes.
Yeah,
it was pointless. I hated how stubborn she was. Especially when she like grabbed the person, she's like, "Listen to me," and then she elbows or like knees him in the stomach, and she's like, "Oh fuck! I forgot I have like 30 stitches in my stomach because I was stabbed." Which, by the way, we should also establish this is literally moments after the 2018 movie.
Okay,
so it's still 2018. COVID didn't happen.
Okay, so I may be wrong about this. I want to clear something up the timeline real quick. 2018 is a sequel to Halloween 1, I think. And so it goes Halloween 1, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills.
Because
then Halloween ends.
They have all the flashbacks. They keep on flashing back to all
but they
old characters who are the characters now.
In number 1.
Yeah.
They retcon
from number 1,
they retcon, I think
is it really from 76?
Yes.
Wow. To think
monumental movie, dude.
So, anything else you hate about this? I'll say some other things.
The other thing was a lot of the reviews of people that are hardcore Halloween lovers and horror fans. They were like, if anybody wanted, and I'm not making fun of them, I'm just giving the best impression. If anybody wanted there to be a Halloween movie where Michael Myers is the front runner, this is it. Okay. Yo, I'll be honest. Michael Myers is in the movie Hardcore. His scenes are amazing.
Pretty
now,
brutal.
I want to bring up,
in my opinion.
I want to bring up a couple scenes real quick, but this movie is not Michael Myers heavy. It is like there's a lot of backstory.
Yeah, it's more expanding on the lore and like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then also another thing was I got to bring up this so I can see how I look when I do this. Okay, so another thing, right? I'm going to stand up for this one for the audience. So Michael Myers breaks into the house and he goes to kill that guy.
I'm just kidding.
Bro, he goes to kill that guy and he's like this. And I was like,
oh, you're talking about the old guy in the very beginning?
Yeah, okay. And he stops and he goes like this. He's like this. He's like this.
You know why? It was probably something that was cut out, but every time they showed a killer's, every time they showed his kills, he made like a little scene out of it.
Okay, so it might have been us seeing his art form.
The way he tries to set up the fucking kills, because if you look at the other kills, at least that's the way you explain it and how I'm thinking about it now. It's probably
and I kind of like felt like it was like we were seeing the stages of the kill.
It could be another deleted scene or something, because, like you said, like when you first see that, you're like, what the fuck? And
just
so maybe that's
specifically,
him. Maybe he got like a jack-o'-lantern in him or something, because he did that later on with the other.
I have one more of those kills that is absolutely, to me, that's like, it's cool. The kills are cool in this movie. However, there are a few that are just like another one is the boyfriend from 2018 that throws the girl's phone into the fondue.
I like how he lived.
He literally, bro. Thank you. You just reminded me of one other thing, and then I'll switch it to you. But when he literally gives him the Tetris neck breaker, he's like, boom, 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 walks away, and the kid is still fucking alive.
Dude, I watched it with subtitles, and it literally says the dude's name, and is like barely breathing, wheezing. I'm like, what? This fool literally just got like stabbed, smashed around, thrown across the room, like fucking
dead,
punched,
dog.
and fucking
dead, dog.
Neck fucking.
They're like subtitles. He's just a vegetable.
I might as well have been at that point.
So my last thing was, and this is something my girl brought up that in the middle of the movie, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, what? In this town, although a small town, there seems to be one sheriff who is really bad at his job, and like 7 deputies who are even worse. And during this whole breakout incident, nobody decides, hey, I'm going to pick up a radio and call the National Guard and say there's a state emergency. This psychopath is fucking murdering this small town. We need help.
Or like anybody else from in their home hiding didn't be like, let me post this on Twitter.
Yeah, like if it follows 2018, that means it's 2019 and Corona had to happen. So the National Guard would have shown up for all the right reasons then.
Yeah. I think they try to explain that. Well, let me say this and then I'll go on to what I thought. But I think they tried to explain this with the when Tommy's in the hospital and he's like, you guys have done your part, Sheriff. It's our turn. Yeah. You guys, and then somebody's like, oh, my sister died, and like blah blah blah. His person got killed, and like now my person's killed. Like he just killed my son today or whatever. And fucking, I think maybe that's why, because it's personal. Yeah. That's not a legit reason, but that maybe
but a theory.
Yeah. What I hated is when they first introduced the girl dressed as a nurse and the dude dressed as like the assistant or whatever, like the doctor, and they're in the car, and they're like, oh, he's on top of the car, and the old lady's like, I got it, and then it's like knock knock, she's like boom, and blows out the window. I'm like, well, all you have to do now is really just have everybody look on this side, and you just hold your gun at the open part. But no, it's like knock knock.
Well, I just didn't get because like okay,
just blew like they were in the car.
I no, I get the scene.
No, I just want to explain it to people who they're in the car and they lock all the doors and Michael Myers is on top of the car. And then the first like tap of like fear, she turns around and blows the window, and then the second tap of fear, she turns around and blows the other window. So they're just fucked.
And wasting ammo. And I didn't understand because they looked behind them, they looked forward, and they heard a thump on the car on top of the roof. And it was obvious he was. I know they saw him. They saw him. They know he's on the roof, right? I don't understand. She has 8 shots and she's not like, blah, 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 and then everybody get out of the car.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. And then what pissed me off after that is when the girl dressed as the nurse came back and she went to go shoot him in the face, and all Michael does is open the door and the gun's just like, and she shoots herself in the face.
He like kicks the door open and it kills her.
Yeah, dude. It, like, honestly, that was probably like my most least favorite scene in the whole movie.
So I seen a lot of my favorite YouTubers talk about this, and I'm so indifferent because me and my girl watched it, and I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna watch this one more time before I hard judge it. But for the most part, I like the 2018 one better so far. The one they did first before this. Now there's one more coming, which is exciting. It's cool, but like this one, dude, if they would have cut out that entire hospital scene. And then
or at least explain it more, because I was watching with my girlfriend. I don't remember who the fuck that inmate guy is.
He just came off the bus from the first one. That was it. And then when he got in the truck, it happened to be at that exact point that Tommy was like, let's go fucking kill him. And then they seen the truck start. But it was him, not Michael Myers.
The nurse person and the nurse and the guy dressed as both people dressed as fucking hospital people. They were leaving and they saw the inmate mistaking him for Michael Myers. And
exactly. And fucking, oh my God, dude. And that start from that scene and until he finally kills himself I just was like, okay,
it was like a horror, like more for like shock value. I feel like
I also felt like it was.
We are the
one
real
of those
fucking monsters.
I feel like it was exactly what you said. A part of the story that they wrote to drop your jaw, and they fucking fell short hella hard. Because like no pun intended. I mean, he didn't fall short. He hit the mark, but like
everything got destroyed.
I just didn't. I didn't enjoy that part. I didn't enjoy that part at all. It was such a stupid story. It did
drag on, especially like really right after it happened. The Tommy guy who incentivized the whole thing, he was like, I didn't know. I'm sorry. And she's like, I need a car. And he's like, I have a car.
I'm doing this.
But what's hilarious is he didn't even go with her.
No, he wasn't.
And he could have saved her at the end.
He could at the end when she dies.
I mean, we gave our shitty points of the movie. Yeah. What's one of the things you think you liked about the movie?
I like the ridiculousness of the kills. A lot of them were fucking stupid, silly that were awesome. You mentioned a great
even more
one.
silly, like even sillier than the ones back in the day where it's
I am notorious.
And I'm talking about like the 80s, like Friday 13th, Halloween, like straight up 80s version.
Silly murders where there's too much gore, more gore in the shot than the human body possesses, and like there's just. I loved it. That's what I liked about it. You brought up one that I laughed my ass off. When he kicks the car door open and kills her with the gunshot, I started laughing so hard. I was like, I'll watch this movie again just for that scene. But I know what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying, but I also acknowledge my love for corniness in horror movies. And that's what I liked about it. I also love how they made Michael Myers look and all the damage he took from the start of the movie to the end of it.
By the time fingers and shit,
and the way the mask had been degraded from being hit and burnt I shot.
Like that. I like that for the fact that it made it like this is an old movie.
Yeah,
and so this killer is old and stuff. One of the other things I thought was pretty funny though is when he got knocked, his NAS was knocked off. It's just like a bald dude. I
Well,
thought that was
you remember
hilarious,
the
man.
first one, right?
Barely, honestly.
2018 from
Well, no,
2018.
no. I
Okay,
don't even remember that one,
2018.
honestly.
You see him more.
Okay.
Yeah, he is like a 60-year-old man.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense, especially if it's supposed to be
Yeah,
like
from the 80s. I mean, from the 70s. Yeah, he's from the 70s. Like he's like 20 and 78.
Yeah.
Or like 19 or so. But I mean, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, dude. Like you were saying, I like the killings and stuff. One of the things I really liked though, shown off camera, but it lets you know. And I haven't seen a horror movie do this in a fucking long time. Is the kid? He killed the kid.
He did that in the 2018 one too. He snaps the kid's neck.
I'm talking about like a little kid. I'm not talking about, you know what I mean? Because
how old was the kid that he kills in this one? I don't remember.
Remember, because he was hanging out with those little kids that scared the people.
The Halloween park at the park. Yeah.
Because which I get. Well, the whole thing is like I know that Michael Myers pretty much kills teenagers, like, you know, what I mean? But they're usually like seniors and stuff. They're like old enough, you know what I mean? Like when I'm talking about kids, I'm talking like you're talking about like
young kids,
little kids, like like these kids brutal. Are under like 12, 13. So I really liked how they did that. It was kind of refreshing.
Ben's like, movie. Let me show my dark side. I like how they kill kids.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, I like
camera or anything.
No. I know exactly what you mean. To clarify, I like the honest brutality of a character.
Like no one is spared.
Like him.
That's
like nobody's exactly.
No one is spared, and like even with the newer Friday the 13th movies, like they're all, you know what I mean. It's always like it's outrageous killings. Even Freddy, the new Freddy movie.
Even the Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah.
I just like how he had the little kid's mask, and the little kids was like, "Is that his mask? Oh my god, we gotta get out of here!"
Yep.
Fucking. I thought that was pretty sick. Another part was my favorite. My girlfriend, because we watched it with my girlfriend, she laughed so hard, but I loved it when he pretty much was dead at the end, and he came back, and he was just like, "Yeah, Michael Myers." Because I was like, they're either gonna end it with him dying, or they're
just to remember that was never gonna be the thing. Because there's Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends is coming. That's a verified fact.
You see, I didn't know that.
Halloween Ends has been verified for like the last 8 months. Like they're filming one after another. That's why everybody knew like he's not dying in this one. And everybody kind of expected the psych out death scene.
Well, I mean, it
was fucking hilarious.
They could have done an even crazier psych out death scene where he actually does die, and they put him in the morgue, and he just comes back to life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like at the end, he jumps up.
But
I like that idea. I like that idea.
I honestly like this better because it fits more with like the 80s, 90s kind of, or the 80s genre of like scares of like, yeah, no matter what you do. And I did like the Jamie Lee Curtis explanation too of like her being like, if we don't get him tonight, we'll get him tomorrow or something. But like, he's not human. He's not, you know, he's not human. He's like getting all beat up. And then, I think the next scene, he's just like killing everybody. And then he kills that Tommy guy. He's like, I finally got you, motherfucker.
I think that was a fan service, that scene. The fan service being in credit to the theory that Michael Myers is supernatural.
And that's the 22, because my girlfriend was like, I don't get it. Like, why can't you do this and do it? Like, why can't you do this and all this stuff? And I'm like, the whole thing behind him and like Jason is they're supernatural. You know what I mean? You could blow their fucking hole in their chest and they're still gonna get up and come after you. And that's the whole thing. And it's a very old school type of thinking. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like really, like you said, it's cheesy, it's stupid. Some of the dialogue is fucking dumb, but that's why I liked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like one of those things where it's like when I mean cheesy, it's not like fucking those outrageous things like where somebody
slow motion, 100
their arm
shots.
Cuts off, and
you're thinking like RoboCop, like RoboCop.
Yeah, dude,
just 1 billion shots to kill one guy.
What's funny too, though, is there was this robot chicken scene that made fun of I don't know if it was Halloween or Jason, but it was hella funny because they would be like, You know, because they're always like the people run into him like, oh my god, and they run hella far, and then they like run into him like on the opposite side of where they just saw him. And the Robot Chicken did a thing where they start running. He was like, and he's like, he starts running, Jason or whatever. Like Mike Myers starts running. He gets on a bike. He's like doing all this crazy ass shit, and he gets to the spot. He's like, okay, and then they run into him. It's like, oh my god. He just like starts running back and gets.
I loved how like the video game Friday the 13th explained how you never see Jason run, but yet like, the same with, yeah, but he teleports. But like the same with Michael Myers. So that scene that was like it felt like a fan service to me, where it was like him getting killed and then getting back up was kind of one of those moments of, oh, that's right, this serial killer's like, he's evil, badass evil. Like he does not fuck around.
My most favorite scene, though, honestly, is when after he did scare those kids away, like killed the kid and scare those kids away, and then he killed the people in the car, the nurse and the old lady, and he went to go after the other chick, and she was hiding under the tree in like the swamp, like the little pond area, and you could see her for a split second before it pans over to fucking him, and you see her go. Like holy shit! Oh my god! But I love that because it was like that's how the old that's really what they did with the older ones when the chicks. It was always a chick who survived. Never the dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was always a chick, and she was always like, and then you see him just, or you hear him like in his mask and shit. And that to me was probably the best scene. Like besides the ending in the whole movie.
The ending. Okay, so because you wanted to talk about a couple other things other than.
And to be fair, not much really happens in this movie besides kills.
No,
we usually explain movies and stuff, but yeah.
So, and again, I brought that up in the beginning. That was a big issue of mine. Where if you think about the dialogue in the hospital scene, the problem is, and we'll talk because we were talking about doing reactions to a couple other things, I think maybe, and I'll talk about this again with another movie, The Batman. But this movie felt a lot like the trailer, where, like you just said, not a lot happens. Yeah. Like yes, a lot of people get fucked up and a lot of murder happens, but for the progress of the story, it's like 48-hour period. And like 24 hours of that is people freaking out in the hospital thinking they saw the right guy.
You know what this movie kind of remind me of, or like not remind me of, but it's like, hey, COVID happened and we couldn't film or do anything this last year. Don't forget about us. We had a movie that was supposed to come out last year, but COVID, so don't forget. And we have another, I didn't know they're making another one. So
yeah, it comes out in October of next year.
Don't forget us. We're still doing this. Don't forget.
Yeah. So, I mean, all in all, it's a good. I liked it. It's just
too. I really liked it too.
I have my fall points, but I can tell you honestly, this is a Michael Myers movie that I will probably rewatch, not frequently, but more often than I would other horror movies. So like I'll see it a few times. It's a good movie.
Let's be honest, because I definitely want to watch it again. But let's be honest, dude. This is definitely not the worst Halloween in the franchise.
No, not at all. No, and on top of it, I would even say, I would go as far as saying the way Michael Myers looks in this is one of my favorite ways he's ever looked. Like the burnt mask, and by the end of it,
so
dude, you described it the best way. By the end of it, when he is fucked up, missing fingers and he's sitting there in that mask, and he's like, and you're just like you said, you're like, kill her, kill the bitch. Like it's like,
something's happening when he starts picking up that knife.
I love the ferocity of this character, how ferocious this character is. So no, fucking not by a long shot. This is not the worst movie in the franchise. This is probably even, I would say, top 3 of one of them. Like it's up there for sure.
At least at the very most top 5.
Yeah, top 5. Yeah, that's way more fair.
Yeah. I mean, I wish we could say more. And honestly, not much really happened. We really just covered all the main points. I mean, like we said, the kills were brutal. You said the dialogue was, which I agree, the dialogue is a little
there's like 35%.
Not much progression because it's literally all supposed to be in like one night.
It's poorly written. The dialogue. The dialogue. I mean, the dialogue.
It kind of felt like they just wanted to put it out there, and they're like,
"Evil dies tonight."
We can't put it out in fucking, you know what I mean? We can't put it out in spring. We can't put it out during the summer. We have to
It has to be Halloween. It has to be October, like because everybody's gonna stream it 100 times.
Yeah, and they couldn't. And I don't think Peacock was a thing even last October. So
I don't probably.
Okay, this is gonna be two. This will be two different answers. And this will be like the first ever for this. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 for Halloween. Like if it's Halloween, you just want to
out
watch
of the
something.
Franchise. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm talking about like Halloween in general, like movies.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
For Halloween movies, but if you want to watch a movie and it's a horror movie, I'll probably give it a 5 out of 10.
Okay, so that's a good one. Do
you understand what I'm saying? Though?
Yeah, no, I totally got you. So for a Halloween score of a movie to watch during October, if you're one of those people like myself or Ben who likes to watch horrors around this time, I would definitely say 8 out of 10 is a good score, considering how many shitty B movies you could click on before you finally get a
Netflix,
okay
Hulu,
one.
Fucking
yeah,
Prime.
I would say Halloween's a definitely 8 out of 10 for Halloween movies. But overall, the movie for me is like a 6 out of 10. And honestly, if you cut out that entire hospital scene, I would raise it to a 7.
Yeah. Only reason I gave it a 5 is just because besides the killings and like the little innuendos of like killing like kids and stuff and like, you know what I mean? Just like some of the cool scenes and stuff.
Not shit happens.
Yeah, nothing really happens, but so that's why I gave it a 5, just because it's a little meh. But if you're watching it in Halloween, it's a good one to pop on.
Yeah, because you don't really need to know much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There's some lore there for fans that have been fans since day one, and there's stuff there like Easter eggs for people to appreciate. But like the overall like gist of it, it's not a bad movie. Yeah. It's not bad. As much as we did spend time shitting on it, I feel comfortable shitting on the things that deserve to be shit on, because there are some good things about it that I'm like, to answer anybody's question, the real review is, will I ever watch it again? And the question is, hell yeah.
Yes.
I will for sure watch that again.
I'm not going to watch it in January or September, but I'm watching it in October.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So yeah, anything else you want to add?
I think that's it.
Well, make sure to check out the channel. We're doing a lot more stuff. A lot of stuff just popped up, so we're going to be uploading a few more things over the next week or two. And if you just check it out, if you just ran into this channel, like I said, make sure to check everything out. Check out the description if you're new. Cole Cannon, always thank you so much. Really appreciate it. You always got some crazy stuff going on over there. Got some new stuff going on. So make sure to give them some love and support. And if you made it this far, you guys are OGs. Thank you so much.
Hey.
And we're gonna be doing a lot more. And
look forward to those next videos about to drop for sure.
Exactly. All right, Shnerdcast out.